Hey everyone, so I hope you're all having a good day. I know I am for right now. But hey, so I was going through like a bunch of my history or my video game collection, see what I have, see what I've been playing, what I enjoyed, what I'm like, it's not all that interesting and everything, right? And sorry about my eyes, I'm trying to work on this camera, give me some time here. But I was like, I looked at all these games, right? And I came across one of my favorite gamings things. So I messed with my camera here, try to make sure it works properly and everything, right? But I came across one of my favorite games, and it's I'm gonna put somewhere on the screen here, but it's called Neptunia, Hyperdimension Neptunia. It was a PS3 game, really good RPG. I enjoy it. I'm currently playing the I guess replay mode. I'm not 100% sure what it's called, right? And I looked at it, and I'm like, I bought this game over a crazy reason, right? Or a mistake you may call it. If you don't know what it was, if you want to know what it was, actually, it was practically I bought the game because I thought at the time I was into like really awkward fighting games, and this looked like it'd be the back of the case. It looked like it was something from a fighting game. I mistook it as that. So at the time, by the way, I didn't like RPGs, but I took it home. I started playing it, and I'm like, damn, it's an RPG. Well, I might well just play it for a while until I take it back to GameStop tomorrow, find something else to trade it in for. And I'm glad I played it. I actually am, because I got like I think 2 hours into it, right? And I came across a character that made me fall in love with the game. So I was like, how many other games do I have where there's like a reason that I want it or I have it over a crazy reason? So I'm just gonna go ahead and list a few that I have right now that I got a crazy story behind it. Okay, so first one up, I'm gonna put off to the side here. It's fight is Capcom Fighting Evolution is a PS2 game. It was a really bad Capcom game, but there was two reasons why I wanted this game compared to what people may know about it. Number one, the game is a practically it was practically like a lot of the Capcom fighting games. So you have Street Fighter 2, 3, 2, 3. I think it was like Third Strike in that one. Then you had Dark Stalkers, and this was actually a lot of people's in the USD first introduction to Red Earth or War Zors, depends on what culture you read it. But the first time you ever got this game, this is the first time you ever see these characters in one of these games, right? Another reason was there's a character in the game, and I think I'm gonna put on the other side here, named Ingrid, right? Ingrid was supposed to be part of another fighting game that took place in the Street Fighter universe, but they never um delivered that game or brought it. They never released it. Practically, what I'm trying to say, right? So I really got this game because I wanted to see most what most players in North America knew as Red Earth at the time, and to see what Ingrid was all about, right? Okay, so that's it for that one. Another game that I have in my collection, and I kid you not, it's digital only. I don't have a physical copy. I couldn't find a physical copy. And it's only Japanese exclusive for physical copies too, so I had to put more into it, right? But I have a game called um Dog Hack, not Dog, but called I don't know why I said Dog Hack. I'm laughing at myself at that point. It's called Excel World versus Sword Art Online. Now, anyone who doesn't know, this is a JRPG. The main point of the game was to tell you that Sword Art Online took place in the same time in the same universe as Excel World. They were just two different points in time. So, practically, if you look into it, and there's like evidence in the Excel World anime if you watch it, right? But if you look at the time periods, right? So, Sword Art Online took place somewhere around the current time period that we're in, and Excel World took place like 200 or 300 years into that dimension's time zone. So I don't know the full extent. I got this game because I wanted to play as Ash Roller so fucking bad. If you don't know who Ash Roller is, if you walk to Cell World, he's that motherfucker on the motorcycle who talks a lot of shit. I I kid you not, I literally got this game because I wanted to play Ash Roller. Now that I have him on lock, I do not regret my decision, except for boss fights, because he's terrible in most of those boss fights. Oh god damn. Um, another character I got, another game that I got is this game called Kahlua 2 or Kahlua. I don't know how to pronounce that. Right? It's a PS2 game. Now I'm gonna let you all know. Okay, this was actually one of my. This was actually one. This this is actually the first game I got from Blockbuster when they had rentals for it, right? This was the first game I have ever rented. I remember to this day why we rented it. We just got the PS2 and all we had was like Ratchet and Clank at the time, right? Or Jack and Dexter, I can't remember. We had one of those games, and we were at Blockbuster because they had like they had like a special where you can rent like 3 movies for an extremely cheap price at that time. We went there, and I don't remember, right? But we went there to grab another game, but it wasn't. They didn't have any stock, so they're like, "Oh, what else do we have?" And I saw Kahlua, right? And Kahlua was just sitting there on a shelf, looking pretty and everything. So I bought it. I mean, I took it for rent. We got it. I went home and I played the living shit out of the game. This is practically one of the biggest games. This is also my dad. He was like a big NES fan. He actually liked Kahlua and how it worked and how kid friendly it was. It was like a rated E game or whatever, right? But it was like a really good game. I played it. My dad loved it. I loved it. I couldn't and I sadly enough I couldn't beat the game. And at the time, and I'm still dyslexic, but I worked on my reading a lot. But back then, I didn't really have no idea how to pronounce the game or what it was called. So skip to like a couple years back, right? I'm at one of my local retro stores. It's a retro toy store I'm at, and I see them having a bunch of video games. I go through some of these video games, and I see this game, and I kid you not, as a grown ass man in real life, I started crying, right? Because this is like one of the most memorable games from my childhood, and I didn't know the answer, and it was right there. And apparently, the game's like extremely rare nowadays, so not extremely rare. It's pretty rare. It's not. It's like $80 for the game now, or at the time when I got it. But I'm like, I started crying and everything. The guy was just so heart touched about the story. Apparently, he gave me the game, so I'm like, hell yeah. So yeah, I need to be playing that game more. I do this. And the last game, I don't have this one yet, but I'm trying. But I want to get it for this really dumb reason. And y'all are gonna laugh at me, probably call me a terrible thing in the comment section, but I don't give a shit. It's King of Fighters 2002. Now, if you don't know about this game, let me explain it in a basic way, okay? King of Fighters is always known for having like crazy fighters or crazy characters in the game, right? Something here. But recently, I found out in a video where we're talking about sumo wrestlers in fighting games. This a character popped up that's in this game. She's apparently a what do you call them again? A girl sumo wrestler character or some shit like that, right? And I'm like, a girl sumo wrestler? Tell me more. Apparently, sorry, phone went off real quick. I had to put off the side. But no, like she was a female sumo wrestler, like a high school sumo wrestler. I'm like, that's actually really cool. That's a wacky character. It reminds me of like Bridget, right? Like you play Guilty Gear. If you play Bridget, you just like the character because she's mostly the wacky yo-yo user character. So I'm like, that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, now I'm trying to get King of Fighters 2002 just to play a high school sumo wrestler. That's a girl. And just in case you're wondering, like, why is it a big deal? If you don't know, in Japanese culture, right? Well, women are not allowed to be sumo wrestlers. So why you hear some high school dropout being a sumo wrestler? You're like me. You're like you want to be all over that shit. You want to play this character. You don't care how bad you are. You just want to play the fucking character. But I hope you all enjoyed this quick video, and I'll catch you later. Bye.